Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of all ages, it is Aussieverse, and we are back. Proudly sponsored by Comic Bookaroo. I am Omnibo. This is Single Issue Steve and Sharif. Somewhere, I don't know where the points are. One of those days I'll get it right. These guys are here, and we are here to celebrate good old Australian comics once again. Not only that, but good old Melbourne Australian comics. Sorry,
Melbourne.
All about the brand new Kickstarter. We're joined by Alan and Steve, the creators of Vermilion Edge. How are you guys?
Oh, awesome, mate. Thanks for the intro. It's good to be here.
Thanks for getting us on.
Mate, I am excited, as is apparently Matt. Hang on one sec. Matt, excited to learn about Vermilion Edge. You know who else is our four lifers.
There you go.
I have to do it now, don't I? These are our four lifers. Thank you to the people that do spend a couple of dollars every single month to help us with everything that running a YouTube channel does cost. We try to have fun with these people too. In an Instagram chat, they know that they can come on the show whenever they want. And, you know, there's a few other perks, but you know, whatever. Anyway, you want to do it, click the link, join, because it's really cool and stuff. And that's, you know, peer group pressure and all that. But if you don't want to do it and you just want to support Aussieverse, then please just subscribe to the channel and like the videos. Thank you very much, Matt, for that. Vanders, how are you doing?
Right, mate. Hey, Matty.
What excites me about this one is that this is really like, I feel like it's really the ground floor with you guys. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, I'm imagining, for yourselves, just a tiny little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I used to hear creators talk about, you know, vulnerability and things like that. I never really understood what that meant until we launched it. Like, what if people criticize it and say bad things? We're like, well, you know, that's the vulnerability part. So, you know, get used to that is the step one. So
it honestly really sunk in like a month ago. Like we had the copy of the actual comic available end to end, and it just felt too real.
Hang on, one of you's got echo.
I'm guessing it's your side.
It wasn't me because I muted.
One second. Let me one of you. All right. Stephen, can you talk?
Yes, I can.
Yep.
Not you, Steve.
Oh, this is going to be confusing, isn't it?
All right, hang on a minute. And all right. No, we're still going to meet.
Are you?
Is it you?
Echoing?
Are you echoing?
Am I?
You're on mute now. Oh, this is going so well.
Hello? Oh, is that me?
Shut up, Bandit.
Well, this is great television.
Let's read some more comments, quick.
Somebody's got somebody think. That's. Hello. Is that still happening?
How's that? I can't hear it now.
What about now? I can. Yeah, you know what? I'm muting everybody. One sec. All right. Now, I'm the only one with volume, and I'm not hearing it. Is that correct? Steve, I'm unmuting you. Talk, mate.
Hello. Mate. I'm trying to. You keep interrupting.
Hello. Now, Sharif, I've muted you again, Steve. Sharif, I'm unmuting you. Sharif, unmute yourself. I can't do you.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so it's definitely not Sharif. Steve, I'm putting you back. Hello.
All right. Are you there? Can you hear me?
That's you. Right. Now, our guests. One sec.
Yes.
You guys say something?
How you doing?
How you going?
Stevie, it's you, brother. Do you want to go out and come back in? All right. Now we've worked that out, which is really weird because I've never had that problem, Steve, with the 100 shows that he's ever done. Thank you for sticking with us, everybody, so far. Okay, let's get back to the Kickstarter. Let's go take a look at it right now.
Sure.
This is me with fresh eyes because you've shared the link. I didn't get the chance to go have a look.
Well,
Oh well, already at 10 backers. That's gone. It's gone not too bad.
it's going pretty fast.
All right, let's have a look here.
Oh my god.
Right. So, you know what? Before we go further into that Kickstarter, give us the sales pitch. Why should people be interested in this book? Why am I backing it? What's the go?
Steve, you can answer that question.
Why, if you're looking for something new sci-fi, something to like basically fill the void that's been left by many other comics, something that dabbles in a bit of horror that has a lot of character-driven story, this is what you're looking for. Quite literally, we spared no expense on the art. We wanted to the art was basically the best you could almost find. So we're pretty proud with what we've actually put together. We're hoping that, others enjoy it as well, obviously. But yeah, if you're just looking for a good read, we've got plenty of story to tell, and yeah, hopefully you love these characters as much as we do.
Yeah, I can add to that a little bit, that you might see a little bit of some of the things we might have borrowed from or had inspiration from in this kind of story. A bit of Stargate there with, wormhole portal and all that kind of stuff. But we've also, we big on video games in the past. So there's a bit of a link to Halo there. You might see some of the creatures that might have a similar feel. That's really what we want to do, like a dark kind of Halo kind of story. But there's also a twist that kind of comes towards the end, which helps in book one, at least, which kind of dovetails into what we bring into in the kind of event horizon kind of space, which is the next area that we're trying to delve into more post this issue. So yeah, that's pretty much a vague overview of everything. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, you are right about the art. That's the first thing that made me realize what I was looking at, because usually it's not the art with me, but in this case it was. So let's have a look here. It's a character-driven sci-fi horror series set in the year 2450 that explores themes of identity, trauma, and the cost of contact with the unknown. Vermilion Edge. Why is it called Vermilion Edge?
Well, it's a good giveaway, actually. So.
Yeah, we can't really go too much into that. It is very much connected to the story, but explaining it would basically spoil upcoming events.
Yeah, so
it's
Vermilion Edge
very
is-
much
it's a plot line, but it's not really covered in the first issue, but it'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, fair. You did describe it here actually a little bit, where it is. Well, we had a strange thought. What if Alien, Stargate, and Event Horizon had a baby? Before we knew it, we were knee deep in Vermilion Edge lore that practically oozed off the page, and we want to share that with you. Steve, Sharif, what did you guys think of all this art when you were going through the issue?
Again, this is my first time. I didn't get the opportunity to go through the material yet.
You had one job.
But just from the trailer, it already blew my mind. And you mentioned about all the elements that you brought together to mesh into telling this story. Did you have to finagle a lot of stuff to make sure that they meld so that you are able to tell your story coherently?
Yeah, definitely.
The amount of rewrites we had to do to make things not just like fit. We want to make sure it makes sense. So if something didn't work anymore, we just basically scrapped and rewrote. But the amount of times we had to go back over to make sure everything kind of fit within the universe, made sense within the time frames, were making sense for what the characters were actually deciding to do. Yeah, we made sure that, you know, whatever was required to basically rewrite and make sure everything worked as it needed to for the story. Yeah.
How's my volume now? Am I still echoey or am I all right now?
What's
No,
that, Steve?
Freaky. All right.
Let's go. Oh, sorry, Stevie. You want to go?
No,
Go.
apparently not. Well, I liked it, Bo. Now the color, I love the colors, guys. There's something about the colors that just automatically just really draws your eye in, and it really pops. And even like some of the panels that I saw that are darker shades, it's still vibrant. If that kind of makes sense, it's not all washed away in the darkness. So that's one thing I really noticed about it, and just the concepts and things behind it too. And I also had a look at your 19 or 20 minute video going through all the different characters too, which was really cool. It's not something that I've actually seen before, and not a lot of people will go into that sort of depth and discuss the characters. So for me, I really like Tank and Raven. They're the two that sort of got drawn to. Raven, I got to say, reminds me, and I'm not sure if there's a slight reference in here or something, but very much reminds me of the Imperial Assassins from Warhammer 40k.
I can see that. I can see that.
And I saw that and like, yeah, that's cool.
Weirdly enough, that was actually one of Alan's creations, so I don't know how much influence would have been involved, given that he probably has no idea.
I have no 40k, no 40k. Yeah, like I described in that video that like she evolved into a very different character from when I first created her. So
well, you pretty much nailed it, mate, without knowing. So well done. But no, the whole video of the characters, and guys, if you haven't watched the video, definitely go and check it out. It's really cool. You learn a lot about the characters before you actually read the book. So it's a really good concept in the video, boys.
No, I appreciate that. And I want to say just thanks for bringing up the thing about the colors as well, because that was actually super significant for us. When we, so most people don't know, or maybe they do because we talk about it all the time, but when we originally came up with this story and the world and everything about it, it was originally going to be a video game. We, mates since uni, we're computer science students, and as computer science students, nerds, we're like, hey, let's build a video game. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be like Halo. It's going to go traveling planets and killing stuff and killing aliens, all that kind of stuff. And we built this world, 20 odd years ago. Never touched it. The game never really came out. Then like 10 years ago, we're like, hey, PC gaming and stuff is really hard. How about we do a mobile game? They're like the new big in thing. So we'll do that instead. And we did that for a few months, and that just kind of petered out. And then, just like a couple of years ago, I was like, hey, Steve, the video game stuff's not working, but we've got this really cool world here that we should just turn into a story.
Yeah. Alan wouldn't drop the story. He just wanted it. Yeah.
We could write it into a book, but we just didn't think the words on a page would be enough. And we just, when we thought comic book, and we get the vibrant colors, and we really want to focus on that bioluminescence stuff that kind of deep sea creatures and things have. And we just thought the comic book's going to be the place. We just had to find the right artist. But I'm awesome and super stoked to know that you noticed that straight away. So that's great to see.
Well done. I noticed it's with Reverie. We've had a few dealings with those guys. It's a good place to be. How have you guys? How have you felt throughout this whole process of? Because my point of question I'm trying to mumble out here is, being an Australian is quite hard to get a comic off the ground first off, but to make it successful is such an uphill battle, and a lot of people wouldn't even bother, wouldn't even try.
Yep.
They would just keep the ideas in their head. So how have you guys felt throughout this whole process, and how hard has it been to keep being positive and believe in yourselves up until the moment of the Kickstarter launch?
Honestly, I think it was easier than it seems. We kind of had the same thought from the very start, is that the reason we're doing this is, one, an excuse to catch up because we don't normally see each other, life and all that gets in the way. Two, it's a good project just to do a bit of a hobby, because like other hobbies are probably not as healthy in that respect. So basically we're just doing this as a bit of fun. And we always from the very start had the ripcord almost available, as if this is not a viable project, we don't continue, we don't publish, we don't produce. But as it started just building upon itself, and basically the story started writing itself almost, like we couldn't stop where we were going with it. And so we got to a point where it was a viable story. We were liking it, obviously. Found the right artist, and we thought, let's do this. So obviously we had we constantly, month on month, always talked about how difficult it's going to be from Australia doing this, given that most of the actual consumer base is going to be overseas. It's been a constant, but we figure we'll try it. Like, what's the harm? Look, if it fails, it fails. But honestly, we're super stoked with where we've got it so far. We've got more interest than I could ever imagine. So honestly, I'm thinking we're looking pretty good to keep on rolling with this for as long as we can. So
yeah, absolutely. And I want to shout out. You mentioned Reverie already, but like Gary, we were already going to self-publish and do it all ourselves. We think, hey, why not? We'll just do it all ourselves. But I bumped into Gary just by chance at a random con. I think it was some collector's toy fair or something, and he had a booth there. And when I told him about how I was writing a comic, he just jumped up and was just so into it and talking about what's the challenges you're having and who's your artist and show me some art. And before you knew it, he's like, yeah, I'll do all this, I'll help you out. Yeah, here's how you put it in design, and I'll tell you how to get a publisher, how you get it printed, and here's the printer I'm using. And honestly, if it wasn't for him, a lot of the effort would have been monumental for us. So I think we don't have a very healthy comic industry in Australia, but there's people out there that do make it a lot easier. And Reverie, absolute champ. He just he's produced something for us in no time. So I've got a lot of Reverie comics in one of my short boxes. And another thing as well, good on you for reaching out to Aussieverse and wanting to come on, because one thing that I'm constantly giving shit to Australian creators about at first I tried to be polite about it, but that wasn't getting anywhere. So now I'm just going to be a prick about it, and that is that they just don't put themselves out there enough. They just don't. They think they are, but they're really not. There is in this day and age, there is so many different things that you could be doing to promote yourselves. And the first thing, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but the first thing that I'd think of is by going on shows and showing your face and talking about the stuff. And not only that, but when you reached out as well, usually I have to turn around and say, hey, can you give me some photos for the thumbnail and any links and things like that, which is fine because, that's fair enough. But you guys had 5 or 6 links straight away ready to go, man. You got your website, you got your Instagram, you've got your Kickstarter. That's bang, 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 And that sort of thinking, from my experience with other creators like the Mac brothers, when you're that way of thinking, entrepreneurial, that's where you're going to start doing it, man. That's where you're going to start doing it. So well done. Thanks very much.
100% about the mindset, isn't it? Really is the mindset. You got to you got to put yourself out there, otherwise people aren't going to know who you are.
Yeah, exactly. And there's always multiple places you have to advertise. So we didn't limit ourselves to one place. We created all the socials. We did the website. But a shout out to my partner for doing the website because I don't know what I'm doing. So she smashed that.
Yeah, she's been amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Hey, without my partner, Aussieverse would not look anything anything like it does. Trust me, it'll just be three dickheads talking all the time.
Yeah, but now it's still 3 dickheads talking. It's just that it has nicer images.
It's pretty, yeah.
Now, she does a lot more than that. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean.
Now, with your artist, how did you guys go about that? So, you're two Melbourneites. Is that the term? I've never used that.
I believe so. Yeah. Melburnians.
Go with that.
Melburnians. Yeah, that's probably the right
yeah.
one. You're two Melburnians that have got this passion project, right? You want to get an artist on board. There is a ton of artists you could have gotten in Melbourne, Australia, but you've gone out and you've gotten someone from Brazil. You said.
Yeah, so funny story. Writing a comic, I have no idea what I'm doing. It was the first time I've done it. So when you said, "Hey, we've got this story, we need to get art for it," I didn't even think about like going to local places and seeing what artists were available. I was getting all my like indie comic news and stuff from Reddit. So I'm like seeing all these new things coming out, and I'm subreddit I'm always in is indie comic book collabs where people come together and some people are artists, some people are writers, and they meet up there and they produce stuff together for fees and stuff. But so I just put a post up there saying I was looking for an artist, and so I thought I'm just going to choose the best one. So I said, I commissioned a few of them. I said, draw me June. I figured to myself, if someone can draw me June the way I've got it in my head without too much instruction, I'll give them a bit of a guide, and I'm just going to pick the one who portrays them the best. And that's how I ended up with Rafid, who we have now from Brazil. And he was just so to the point of asking questions, and it's like, would their guns look like this, and how do they work? And at the end of it, I was just like, well, I can't go with anybody else. This guy just was saying the right things. And so
he just got the vibe from the get-go. Like, I can't imagine doing this with another artist right now. Like, he matched it for the exact kind of theme we're going for. It was just utterly perfect. So,
yeah, man, that's so good to hear, because I really, really dug the art. I'm not gonna lie, it's really good, man. For what, $10 is it the first tier, which we'll go back to in a moment, for $10, man? How many pages?
It's 36 pages including cover, so I believe it's pretty good value.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we're doing this for fun. We're not really caring about. We just want to get something out there. $10.
So the idea was we don't want to have any real barrier for entry. If we can just get the book to people's hands, people read it, and then we like the drug thing. We get them hooked, and then we can get them on the next one. We don't plan to inflate the price or anything, but like the idea is we just want to share the story with you, and we didn't want the cost to be a prohibitive thing. So with Reverie, we got the printing done at a really great rate, and the quality is amazing, and we couldn't ask for anything else. So we're just like, well, this is a fair rate, so let's go with it. So that's why we've gotten that way.
Is that a copy behind you, I say, Alan, as well? Like, is that something you can?
Yeah, it is. I probably should demo it, But
I mean, sure.
We have the prototypes already. So this is cover A, already printed, and
good.
Probably hard to see on camera, but they have come out exceptionally well.
Beautiful,
nice.
Yeah, it's nice, printed on 115 GSM silk pages, and it looks amazing, feels amazing. All three variants I have. I'll just quickly hold up all three covers so you can get a quick squiz of what they all look like.
Yeah.
So there's cover A, which you saw earlier. There's cover B. This is the Rafid cover, so this is the same as the interior artist and the color, same colorist. And then I've got cover C, which is the same artist as cover A, which is red.
That's the one I picked.
I love cover C. It's June, man. I love her. Steve, not so much, doesn't love June as much as I do. But
I like all the characters. I've got other favorites, I'll say.
It's like a parent, isn't it? You're not supposed to have favorites.
You're not.
Impossible.
You do.
Impossible.
I'm getting the cover A, so when you guys are rich and famous, I can flog that off. I got the first print.
Nice.
So going over to the Kickstarter, let's check out how you can get it, right? The first one is just the standard simple PDF edition, which is only $5. So even if you're not sure about getting the physical copy, you're worried about shipping or however you're worried, just get the PDF for $5. Or you can get the PDF and digital files, 3 variant covers, character model sheets of the crew and the Ceph, which we haven't even asked.
We haven't talked about.
We haven't got to that yet.
But we'll get there in a moment. Digital copies of all 8 character cards. So it's the same as the first tier with a whole bunch of extra cool stuff for $10. Now, if you do want a physical copy, there are 3 different options, 3 different covers, all for the same price, 10, 10, and 10. He just showed you them. If you want to go take a look at the covers for yourself, go to the Kickstarter and check it out. You can also get the $30 tier, which gets you all 3 variants and the digital copy, as well as the high resolution cover art files. $40 is the collector's bundle that gets you the physical copy, all 3 variants, and 8 highly detailed physical character cards plus all extra rewards. And the last one, the ones that really want to get in there, the character cameo, baby, $200 that can get you in the comic, plus everything else from the previous tier.
I have some unfortunate news. The character cameos were limited to 2, and they've both been taken already. So, unfortunately, it's fantastic news. But if anyone's interested in it, I'm so sorry. But
we were actually very surprised they disappeared.
Couldn't believe it.
Tell you what, that $40 bundle is a bargain.
Yeah, that's what we want it to be. Yeah, so
great price point to drag people in. That's for sure.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. That's all we hoped for.
All right. So some people watching are probably thinking to themselves, all right, I don't mind these guys. They sound pretty cool. They look pretty cool. The art looks pretty cool. What they said sounded all right, but they're still not hooked into it, right? So what is the Ceph? What can you tell us more about the book that you can sort of tell without spoiling anything, or, get me more hooked into this?
Oh, Steve, do you want to start?
I can start. How much can I say without spoiling things?
That's the tough one.
So I will go back a fair bit because I will be as open as I can on this. Our original story from 20 years ago involved an alien race that we were loving to include. To introduce them, we needed a third party, a medium. The Ceph fit that perfectly. The Ceph are the alien race humanity encounters when they explore too far, just on a journey of discovery. They are basically our quintessential antagonistic force that at least we're first introduced to. That only escalates from there, but essentially we're in this constant strife with them. And the comic basically kicks off with them. I can say this because it's basically in the Kickstarter, the first 6 pages.
It's in the preview. So
it's in the preview, so this is no spoiler giving away anything. Essentially, we see the first thing happens is one of the main characters is captured by the Ceph. And so the mission they're undertaking is to rescue that said character. They're like a mixture of different kind of influences, weird and wonderful creatures. They've got their own hierarchy in their kind of militaristic kind of fashion. They're just this weird, wonderful thing. And as Alan mentioned earlier, they're very much focused on this biological luminescence, very much that thematic type approach to them.
We're fascinated, really fascinated with deep sea creatures and stuff. And we're like, it's been done. I'm sure it's been done before, but sea creatures like looking things as an alien race in space. I just love that concept, and I also love the concept of that one of them can be humanoid, and they're not just using like laser weapons and futuristic guns and stuff. They're actually using their biology as ways of attacking. So we've got these the kind of the main Ceph that you see. The Ceph, by the way, is short for Sephirin. They're actually called the Sephirin, but we call them the Ceph for some reason. It's easier to say, I guess. But there's the main variants are you've got these like jellyfish looking ones, which we call gelids, and they just kind of scurry about and like ink melt your face with their acid like blood. That's the kind of the main swarm of enemy that we have. We have this other tier. The names of the tiers in the Kickstarter are named after these creatures. We have the other one called the acanthid, and they're like a big dog kind of thing, but they're still based underwater, but they come out, they can obviously walk on land, and they've got this kind of armor plating that has spikes in it. And what they're actually doing when they attack you is they're lifting their arm and they're shooting their spikes at you. So that's their biological kind of attack. And then you've got the kind of the main kind of the pack leader, which we call the Luminar, who is like think of like the elite in Halo. If you've ever played Halo, they kind of lead their packs, and they're kind of like the leader, and they've got like they're tall humanoid creatures. They've still got the glowing bioluminescence. They've got this staff that they can kind of shoot the energy out of. And it's really just about blending that sea world with space, and that's kind of what we went for there.
It's also interesting too, because Bo and I were talking just before the show, and I'm like, I wonder if Seth comes from cephalopods as well.
That's exactly what it is. So the cephalopods, I'm like, okay, Sephirin sounds like a pretty cool name. And then when I said Sephirin, Steve was like, oh, yeah, that's cool because it sounds like the seraphim. And I'm like,
Seraphim.
I don't see how that's relevant, but okay. And then
why that resonates as well, because they're meant to be this light-based luminescent type force. So it kind of bled into that quite easily. Just kind of quite well with all of it.
Okay, so now I've read the book. I really like it. I want to get the physical one. How long until I wait for the second issue?
It's a great question. And we want to have that by the end of the year. We're hoping November, if things time well, because we're already working on it. Like it's all written. The first 5 issues are already written. But issue 2 is still obviously we're still arting it with Rafid. So it'll take a few months there. And then, we'll pretty much launch the Kickstarter once we're ready. Once it's getting colored. So we don't expect a big gap. The big gap was getting issue 1 done and all the kind of world building and characters. That's what took us so long. Now we have it all, and all the concept art is done, so I don't have to go back to Rafid 6 times and say rewrite this or change her armor or something like that. It's all done. We're hoping we can produce the books a bit quicker now.
That's cool. And also too, guys, just straight you go, mate.
How much back and forth did you have to go with the artist?
Yeah, it depended on the character, honestly.
Yeah.
So, like I said, with June, she was pretty much one and done. Other than armor decisions, I mentioned armor there because it was in my mind that we had to change her armor multiple times. I kept changing my mind on that. I didn't like some of the breastplate stuff, and so that took a while. But some characters, like Steve will tell you, like Pulse, he had this thing for Pulse in his mind, and then he drew it, and he was like, I can't change a thing. So
whatever we produced was better than I could ever imagine for this character, and there was no modifications required. It was I couldn't believe it. It was just perfect. Added elements that we didn't even cover, and it just made the character just that much more complete. It was wouldn't.
And the artist is sitting there going, "This is why I like Stephen and Alan."
Because we kind of divvied up the characters. Like I took 4, Steve took 4. I bet you Rafid hated me because I'm constantly going back.
But question for you guys, just in regards to, so obviously we're all hoping that this really takes off and does well for you. So it's a 2-part question. Do you have a certain number of issues that you are planning on releasing? Or like, is it going to be an ongoing story? And also too, you might notice in our background, we're really big on collected editions. Is there a plan to possibly bring out a hardcover or something in the future?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. So
Absolutely.
You can go into detail later if you want, but the idea was our first story arc will be 5 books, which we'll call Chapter 1. And we do have a Chapter 2 lined up as well, which will be another 5. Each 5 we do plan to collapse into a trade, and we would love to have a nice collector's trade hardcover. I'm big on omnibuses, man. Like I got all my X-Men's and stuff like that. So the dream really something like that. But we'll see how many issues we get to. But we've definitely got 10 solid books lined up. And I think the potential is that we could unlock a door specifically, Steve, if we wanted to.
I don't want to give too much away, but it depends on the interest. If enough's there, we'll just open that last door and keep it rolling.
Yeah, that's right. You're in the Aussie Omnibus Collectors, aren't you?
I have. I've joined a while ago. I've been hunting around for some bargains.
You do get them. You do get them from time to time.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been ripped off a lot on eBay, so I wish I found that page a lot earlier. So,
So, what are you guys both into when it comes to comics? If you were before, you might not have been, but are you actually, Alan, you just said, X-Men, the omnibuses. What are you guys? Yeah, what's your jam?
Yeah, so obviously I've mentioned it before, X-Men. And that really started my whole thing, X-Men. So I still love X-Men, and I love the classic Claremont stuff because it was so soap opera-y. So I really love that, who's Jean going to be with next kind of stuff. Now I'm kind of more into the indie stuff. I still read a lot of Image comics. I'm massive into Transformers. The 2024 Transformers Energon Universe is awesome. So I'm writing there, but I'm reading like a lot of Mad Cave stuff like Speed Racer and things like that. So I'm up for anything really. Nothing. Yeah, anything new now. I'm kind of out of the superhero phase, and I'm kind of more into like new things. I'm trying to go into more horror vibes, horror ideas, I guess. But yeah, Steve, yourself?
Yeah, for me, it's been a long time since I've been into comics. As you can probably see, I'm more into just the novels these days. A lot of fantasy and stuff like that. But I was always tending towards X-Men. If I was doing my comics, Marvel Universe for me was just superior. But yeah, this was a great excuse for me to get back into the actual comic world, to be honest, because it's been too long since I've been out of it. So I've already got some lined up to actually come this way. So I'm just looking to get back into it.
Oh, what are you picking up?
Oh, I'll have to get the list to you. I can't recall top of my head, but there are. I want to support people on Kickstarter.
You've also got a really sweet statue behind you too, man. That looks bad.
This is one of 2 dragons I've got in the house. The other one's protecting the TV.
Wow. I like that. All right. Didn't want to get the channel to didn't want to get the channel to. Oh, you prick! Thank you very much, Matt. Giving me because I shaved off my mustache. All right. Did you want to have a look at anything else? We've got your Instagram, we've got your website, or do you want to just have one last look at your Kickstarter? The floor is yours, guys.
Yeah, Steve, what do you think?
Website's not a bad spot to look at. It's it's been praised by others, so I want to kind of spotlight that as much as we can. But it helps show more about the characters, about the equipment, about the actual places, like some of the planets that we won't really potentially get to soon, but it'll give you a great bit of history in there, and at least get you like a bit of information whilst you're waiting between issues.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we've got a lot of backstory. We knew we had a lot of backstory, even with the characters, which is why we did the character video. And we don't want it to be that, oh, you have to watch the character video to understand the characters. No, we don't want that. We want you to learn about them through the book. But if you are inclined, you can learn a bit more in advance, just because there's so much content. If we were to put it in the book, we didn't want to give you these huge walls of text and some guy just, hey, let me tell you everything this guy did for 6 years. Like, that's not super interesting. We want you to learn it piecemeal. But there's heaps in the website. There's heaps on the videos. That's the idea, to steer you away. So, yeah, you can just enjoy the book for the core content.
Explore space.
So yeah, I was going to say, you'll see our main 2 systems, obviously where we are in the Milky Way currently, and kind of what it looks like in 400 years. And then Horizon there, if you click on that, you'll see the other galaxy that we've essentially created a link to using a warp gate to travel between.
Our universe, our book takes place just literally over our two galaxies. So we wanted to tie it to the Milky Way because it's what we're familiar with. Everyone today knows that we live in the Milky Way, you imagine, and they know that they live in the solar system. But we also reference solar systems that we're already aware of, like Alpha Centauri, and maybe if you're into space, it's TRAPPIST and places like that.
Wow, this is so incredible.
We expanded that with our created universe in Horizon. So
as I mentioned, once we started writing, it was hard to stop. So there's a fair bit here.
Which is not surprising if you already had the story for 20 years, you've already built it's not just world building but universe building. So I guess the follow-up question is, how much has it changed, or has it changed at all from the first inception to what we have right now?
It's changed a bit, hasn't it?
The easiest and quickest way to say this is we could literally write a comic about the original concept and it won't look anything like the one we've got now.
Like, people think we came up with a new story. Yeah,
it shifted quite a bit, but a lot of the core theme was still there, and it was just we had to make it work, make it make sense. Like, for what we were making for a computer game, sure, that would have been satisfactory, but not for a comic, not for an
This is insane. This is insane.
So cool.
We really wanted to do the world building thoroughly. So we've got actually Google Docs out the wazoo with like timelines, when things happen, what all these planets do, why they exist, who's living there, when did they colonize it, all this stuff. It's all done. And the reason for that was we didn't want to come back 6 issues later and say, oh, that planet didn't even exist at that time, and they flew by it and made the retcon it. So the whole thing was
including character connections, how characters know each other pre the comics. Like, we didn't want to have to go back and retcon things that we forgot or didn't get right. We've got documents to refer back to for our kind of main. And obviously you can see the bit of a write-up on each character to get an understanding of what they do, what they bring to the team. You can obviously get to your favorites if you want to here, because we did.
Yeah, and this is another just great work by Rafid on these character cards. Like, I absolutely love them. So the pictures that we use here are actually the character cards that we're going to print as part of the Kickstarter. Because we saw them, we just absolutely fell in love with like this art is just so good. It's like we have to share it. It has to be physical. We're just using it everywhere now. So.
This is just nuts, man. I can't believe how much work you guys have put into this.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a passion project. It's
if you want to check it out, go right here. Hang on, where to go?
You don't.
That's a great question.
Will there ever be a game, Steve? Will there ever be
the realist in me? The realist in me is going to give a sad answer to this question. I don't want to answer it.
I want that to be a game. I'm hoping that Bungie taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey, let's build your game." I'm like, "Sure, let's do it." I don't think we would build it though. I think we'd have to get it to someone who actually knows what they're doing, because we've struggled for too long trying to make this into a game. We've built the story, we've built the world, but we just can't do the game. So, unfortunately.
Look at that, he's already changed.
No, true.
All right, well, that's fantastic, man. I've backed it before the show began, so I'll be getting my copy, and I've already read it. So what does that tell you? That means I want to be able to read it again. Yeah, man. Thank you very much, guys. Is there anything else?
Yeah, can I just ask one more question? Are you guys going to be appearing at like any of the? You're going to have a stall at any of the cons coming up this year in Melbourne, or are you going to be attending any of the comic book shows or collectible shows or anything like that?
Yeah, 100%. We definitely want to start spruiking around. We only have the one book, so we're planning to kind of hover around the Reverie tables. We're actually going to Reverie's got a table at the Artist Alley, the thing in Scoresby. So we're going down there on Saturday. We won't have any of the books because we feel that would be unfair to Kickstarter backers, but we will have the samples so people can have a look and back us if they want. We definitely want to go around meeting people and talking about the book. We're 100% stoked to do that. And we plan to go to more. That's probably where we're going to probably imagine get most of our sales is physically at these cons. So
Oh, that's cool. Good work, fellas.
No worries. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome. Well done for creating it. Well done for doing so much with it. Well done for putting yourselves out there. And you know what? I really like your motto of it's just got to be fun, because that's what us three said about this channel as well. As soon as it's not fun, you're doing something wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
Precisely.
Now, we do want to ask you one last question. It's the most important question of the night. But before we do, we're going to have a word from our sponsor. Just remember that the cutoff is Monday now, not Sunday. We need to change the video.
Comic Bookaroo, proud sponsors of Aussieverse for all your comic book needs. Graphic novels, hardcovers, omnibuses, single issues. Don't forget to pre-order every Sunday at Comic Bookaroo.
Comic Bookaroo, Australia's #1 online comic book store. Get your books now, or at least by Monday. Boys, now, all right, time to go. So we're going to ask you the most important question of the night. Now we're going to ask you individually. So first of all, Alan, because I see that you're a bit more of the talker over Steve, I'm going to ask you first, mate. And that is, what is Aussieverse?
Oh, Aussieverse, I believe, is for life, is it not?
Oh! Yeah, fantastic. Steve, you stole your thunder.
I was hoping you asked us together, to be perfectly honest, but it's fine. I'll throw it in for free. Aussieverse is for life.
It's taken 3 years for someone to get it right. Well done.
No worries.
And also, as Matt also likes to say, from the womb to the tomb. Thank you very much, guys. We would love to have you back anytime that you want to come and show off more stuff, talk about new projects, or, whatever, man. Just hit us up. It was fantastic talking to you, and I can't wait to get that book in my hands, and I wish you all the best.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
You're very welcome.
See you later.
Catch you all soon.